Hey guys, Steven here, and for this video, I'm actually going to just kind of talk about some of the stuff I have with my rig here. I'm just super kind of infatuated with upgrading this thing and seeing other people's rigs and what they're running and all of that. Definitely one of those things where I'm not a car guy, I'm not a gun guy, I'm not really huge into sports or anything like that. But the PC, I'm into just constantly upgrading the parts and doing all of that. So I'm going to switch this around though, so I'm not holding the camera like this. So first thing, we got the screen right there, right? So I have the Asus, the ROG Swift PG348. It's their 1440p 34-inch ultra wide with G-Sync. That cost a pretty penny. So it runs at 100 hertz with G-Sync, and that is really, really awesome. When you're getting to that ultra wide 34-inch though, just because it's 3440 by 1440p, I mean, you're starting to get to the point where it's basically requiring hardware that you're going to run 4K at, right? And because of that, I mean, I don't max a lot of games out at 100 frames a second if I'm doing ultra settings or anything like that. And I actually have the Aorus, you can see in there, the Aorus 1080 Ti running. Now, I'm not doing SLI or anything like that, but that's a beefy card. And some of the game, it doesn't necessarily struggle with it. It's just you're not going to get max frames. Every game I play, I get over 60 frames a second. But it is more demanding in that ultra wide. So I've noticed with that, and if I take even Far Cry 4, if I do ultra, and I turn on everything, that'll only run at like 8 to 12 frames a second. So that's probably the most demanding game I found on here. But that's with me turning on all the effects and all the different anti-aliasing stuff with it. So we have that. I do like the logo. That's just a $5 bill I got from a client a while ago. That's this thing is from 1934. See that right there? So anyways, I just thought it was interesting. I kept it. Only thing I really keep on my desk though too is a little Halo Lego thing that I've built, and then I got myself a Xenomorph there. The keyboard here, I've had this one mechanical, but it is the Quickfire TK-CM Storm by Cooler Master. I've tried to go wireless a couple times. They didn't really work out, and I've always come back to this thing. I really enjoy it. So over here, I have the G703 wireless mouse. I love this thing. I actually have the headset over here as well, which is the G533 headset, wireless. I love that thing. Going wireless with all this stuff has been a slow process, but it's something that I've been pushing towards just because I have this cord here because it's charging right now. But with that out of the way, I just have the one cord here, and this typically runs underneath my PC. I kind of get out of the way, but just even with those, I don't like it. I just don't like the look of cords on the desk here. I like the clean look. But then I have the HC Man hard style mouse pad with LEDs built into it. And there's some cool effects with that. Typically, I'm running it red. Up top, we have my Oculus Rift, which obviously you've seen. I have one of the sensors there, the other one in the corner. I move those forward when I'm playing games, actually. I actually have a third one on the floor down here. That's kind of hidden. And then I have my controllers hanging out the side here, just for storage to get those out of the way. Inside this bad boy, though, I have my UFO fans, which I really, really like. With my Phanteks case, this is probably my favorite case by far. But with some of the different things that I have going on in here in terms of getting the fans in there, loading them up top, I've stuck with what I have in there, which is a ton of fans, right? I've thought about going into liquid cooling eventually with that. But that's something I'll probably do down the road. And then I have my fans here on the inside as well. I could mount the SSD on the front here. I've thought about switching that over, but I just don't want to mess with it. But I have DDR4, 3000 megahertz Corsair LED RAM. I need to get 2 more, because right now I only have, they're 8 gig sticks. Eventually I want to get the 32, because I got 16 in there right now. The problem is when I do that, I'm gonna have to remove that front fan because it's actually blocking where I would mount that. So that will pose a problem with that. I have the Gaming 5 MSI Mobo, so the motherboard here. I really do like it. This is my second or third MSI motherboard. I've thought about going with the Asus one. I've noticed with the newer ones, basically all the plates that cover everything, and I am into that look. So you don't really see anything under it. Just makes it really, really slick looking. So I might do that here later this year, actually. I also need to upgrade my PSU. Right now I have the Corsair AX860. And with this one, it does supply enough power, but I want to go with a 1,000 watt one, and not this one, which I think if it's not 860, it's like 800 or 850 watt. So eventually I want to upgrade that as well. And like I said, I'm really into this stuff, so I actually want to do the custom power cables where I can do the color scheme that I want with all of this. So that's the next step with this as well. You have the mounts in here, which I know it's hard to see because of this, but the mounts right in there for your hard drives. Obviously don't have them right there. They're on the other side, just to showcase the front here. Then the power button up top. And then kind of just, and I've done a review for this, so I'll showcase. So here we go. So I got my SSDs in there, and then underneath over here I have my mechanicals. Power and cable management isn't my strongest suit, so that's a mess back there. Cleaned it up as best I can, but looking at getting another motherboard. With that though, I have the i7700K Intel chip. If I get a new motherboard, I'm gonna have to upgrade that as well, so it turns into a more expensive venture. But I sell my stuff on eBay, and that actually helps offset that cost, obviously. So keep my fingers crossed. That'll be the next thing this year, is doing the motherboard, and then getting obviously the new CPU as well. So that is it, guys. This is just my personal rig. I'm gonna showcase more videos with all this stuff. I've had reviewing this monitor on the back burner just because I want to do a good job with it. I did like a unboxing and just like a general overview video, but I do want to do a review of this one. I do have a review of the Phanteks case, my mouse. I need to get my headset. That'll probably be the next thing that I'll do with this. And just the bigger components, just because when you get crazy detailed, that's not something that I would like to eventually get there. But time management wise, I mean, I'm a personal trainer for my regular job. I'm a freelance personal trainer. I have a YouTube channel for that, Stephen Morales CPT, and then I have a publishing company that we do kids books with. And I've done some of the videos for this channel, but I mean, we have this book that just came out, Intertwined: A Witch's Fable. We have a remake of our first book. We actually have a coloring book version of this as well, right here. And then we have this other one over here, which is the second book, Undying Nightmare. So, and we're working on 2 other books. So it's more of a scheduling thing, and I have a lot of different passions and a lot of different things that I do, which is why you'll see some of the videos, there's either not a ton of commentary on it, or maybe there might be like a period where I'm not pumping out a ton. And it's just because I'm busy with other projects, right? Trying to focus there. This is a side hobby that's just a big passion for me. Huge fan of like Linus Tech and Tech Tips. That would be ideal if I could do that, to be honest, just because I love it so much. But I know that is extremely time consuming. So when I can do certain things, it's, like I said, it's a fun hobby. I'll put that time into it, but I also want to make sure that it's decent as well. Some of the things are just me playing the game. So hopefully people are looking up gameplay videos and they see it and they're like, okay, that gives me a rough idea of what that is. So, or no commentary like with Red Dead Redemption right now. Eventually I'll get to doing commentary on that, but for right now I just want to play through. I didn't want to do a lot of chit chat with it, so that whoever's watching it, they don't have to deal with that. So that is it, guys. Let me know what you think of the rig. I would love to see if we could comment, or you could do a video and post that as well, and I can look at your rig. It's just like looking at other people's cars, right? Fascinated by it and the work and the style that they went with. And I mean, I have my Fantex LEDs in here as well. Obviously, I'm huge into the lighting effects and all this stuff. So looking at that as well, and just showcasing kind of what you've built, and all the cool stuff and the time and the energy and all of that you've put into it. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.